Alright, here's what's happening. Many apps on your Android phone have access to things like microphone, camera, location, and even your files. And in a lot of cases, those permissions were granted automatically when you installed the app. That means apps you barely use might be able to track where you go, access your camera, listen through your microphone, or scan your files. But the good news is Android has a built-in control panel where you can see every permission apps have access to and disable anything suspicious. So grab your phone and follow along with me step by step. And let's start with the most sensitive permission of all. Okay, so step one, we're going to check which apps can access your location. And to do this, you want to go to Settings, and you want to scroll down until you see Security and Privacy. And then we want to scroll down again to Privacy Controls, then Permission Manager, and then Location. And in here you'll see apps grouped into categories like allowed all the time, allowed only while in use, and not allowed. If you see apps listed under allow all the time, that means they can track your location even when you're not using them. So for most apps, that's unnecessary. So to change that, you would select the app, and in here you should really have it set to allow only while using the app, or don't allow it. This prevents apps from constantly collecting location data in the background. So now let's check another permission that can be even more concerning. So step two, now we want to check microphone access. And to do this, we want to go back to the permission manager. So select back and back again. And then you want to select microphone. Now, this shows apps that can activate your phone's microphone. Some apps obviously need this, like voice messaging or video calls. But if you see apps that shouldn't need microphone access, you want to tap them and then select Don't Allow. This will prevent the app from activating your microphone at all, and it's a good idea to review this list carefully because microphone access can potentially capture conversations or background audio. So next up, we want to be checking the camera access. Step three, we're going to review camera permissions. So go back again, and then you want to select camera. Now in here, just like the microphone list, you'll see which apps can use your camera. Messaging apps and video apps may need this, but many apps request camera access for features you might never use, like scanning QR codes. If an app doesn't actually need your camera, tap it and select Don't Allow. So I'll go through mine, and this one, for example, Bitpanda, I'm going to select Don't Allow. And if we go back, that'll have been put into the list of apps that aren't allowed. This prevents apps from activating the camera without your knowledge. So now let's check a permission many people overlook. Step four, we are going to check file access. Now go back to the permissions manager, and then you want to select files. Now, this permission allows apps to access files stored on your phone, and that can include photos, downloads, documents, screenshots. So if an app doesn't need access to your files, open it and choose Don't Allow. This will limit how much personal data apps can read from your device. If you're following along and finding this helpful, please consider subscribing. This channel focuses on simple privacy tutorials you can actually follow step by step so you can lock down your devices without needing technical knowledge. Now let's check one more permission that often reveals surprising results. Step 5, check contact access. So if we go back and we select contacts, this shows which apps can access the list of people saved on your phone. Now, some apps use this to help you find friends automatically, but it also means they can read your entire contact list. So if you see apps here that don't truly need access, tap them and choose Don't Allow. Removing this permission, it prevents apps from collecting information about the people you know. Step 6, we're going to review apps with multiple permissions. Now that you've reviewed the main permissions, there's one more thing worth checking. So we want to go back to Settings, and from here we want to scroll down to Apps, and then see All Apps. Now, select an app that you don't fully trust, and in here we can select permissions. Here you can see everything that specific app can access. So if something looks unnecessary, disable it. Doing this occasionally helps keep apps from slowly gaining more access over time. Okay, and the final takeaway on this is, most Android apps ask for permission the first time you open them, and it's easy to tap allow without thinking about it. But reviewing your permission setting once in a while helps ensure apps only have access to what they actually need. The fewer permissions apps have, the less data they can collect from your phone.